The truth is shocking for many people over 60. 1 in 3 older adults suffers from severe muscle loss in the legs, even if they eat well. You might think weak legs are just part of aging, but that's not entirely true. You might believe a healthy diet will keep you walking normally, but that's not always enough. What's quietly weakening your legs each day isn't how much you eat, but the silent deficiency of 3 essential vitamins, and you could be missing them without even knowing it. After age 60, your body can no longer absorb vitamins as effectively as before, and the result: muscle loss, numbness, joint pain, poor balance, and then one day, a single fall changes everything. The problem is, no one talks about this until you can no longer stand without help. In this video, I'll reveal the 3 most important vitamins that almost every senior is missing, especially the third one, which may be the very reason why some people stay on their feet, and others end up dependent on walkers or wheelchairs. If you've ever noticed your legs feeling weaker, standing up more slowly, or feeling unsteady on the stairs, if deep down you've wondered, will I need a cane? Or worse, a wheelchair someday? Then now is the time to act before it's too late. Comment "I want to walk on my own 2 feet" if you still want to live independently, without relying on anyone and without letting a fall steal your freedom in old age. And don't take your eyes off this video, because the 3 vitamins I'm about to share could help you stay strong on your feet and hold on to the dignity you deserve. Have you ever stood up and for a second your legs just didn't feel right? Maybe it was a strange numbness, a tingling sensation in your feet, or the unsettling feeling that your balance was just a little off. What if I told you that those signs might not just be old age creeping in, but rather a silent cry from your body for more vitamin B12? Vitamin B12 isn't just a nice-to-have vitamin, it's a lifeline for your legs. It plays a direct role in keeping your nerves healthy, your muscles responsive, and oxygen flowing to your lower body. When your body does not have enough of it, your nerves begin to falter. You might not notice it at first, but over time, the signs become more obvious: slower walking, stumbling for no reason, that odd buzzing in your legs when you're trying to sleep. Eventually, it's not just about discomfort, it's about losing control. Here's the truth: up to 20% of older adults are deficient in B12, and that number jumps significantly after age 70. Why? Because as we age, our stomachs produce less acid, and that acid is essential for absorbing B12 from food. Add in common medications like metformin or antacids, and you've got the perfect storm for silent deficiency. You could be eating all the right foods, eggs, dairy, fish, and still not absorbing what you need. Without enough B12, the nerves in your legs begin to fray. You lose that sharp connection between brain and muscle. Walking turns from automatic into effort, and the risk of falls rises sharply, especially when combined with slower reflexes or poor circulation. And here's the worst part: B12 deficiency can mimic the early stages of dementia, depression, and serious mobility issues. It's often misdiagnosed or overlooked entirely until something goes wrong. But there's hope. Unlike many age-related conditions, a B12 deficiency is highly treatable and even reversible if caught early. The key is choosing the right type of supplement. Not all B12 is created equal. You want methylcobalamin, that's the bioactive form your body can use immediately. Avoid the cheaper cyanocobalamin version. It contains trace amounts of cyanide and requires extra processing by your liver, which can be tough for older bodies. Some seniors respond well to sublingual under-the-tongue B12 or B12 injections, especially if they've had absorption issues for years. The goal is simple: restore the flow of B12 so your nerves can fire like they used to, and your legs can move with confidence again. So, if you've been feeling unsteady lately or noticing unusual sensations in your feet, don't brush it off. It might not be aging. It might be B12. And getting the right form of it could mean the difference between staying independent or becoming reliant on others for every step. Stay with me, because the next vitamin is one most people think they're getting enough of, but its role in leg strength and balance is far deeper than anyone realizes. If you're still watching and find this information truly eye-opening, please leave a comment saying, "Still walking strong" below. Just by listening this far, you've already taken a step most people never take, and it's the first move to protect your legs, your independence, and your freedom. Do your legs feel heavier with time? Not just tired, but heavy, slow, like they're resisting you. Stairs seem taller. Standing up takes more effort. But the real reason might not be your muscles. It could be something quietly hiding in your blood. Vitamin D. Most people only know that vitamin D strengthens bones. That's true, but it's not the full story. Vitamin D also activates your muscle strength, especially in your thighs, calves, and hips, the exact muscles that keep you balanced and moving. Inside those muscles are vitamin D receptor switches that stay off when you're deficient. And when they stay off, your muscles weaken quietly, day by day. You're still eating, still moving, but your body may be operating at 60%, 40%, or even 30% of its true potential without you realizing it. After 60, your ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight plummets. You can sit outside for hours and still not generate enough. Foods like salmon or egg yolks contain only tiny amounts, nowhere near what your aging body truly needs. A landmark study in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that seniors with low vitamin D levels are significantly more likely to suffer from falls and mobility loss. Why? Because muscles can't contract and stabilize properly without enough D. That means slower reactions. Poor balance and a simple misstep can turn into a dangerous fall. And here's something even more concerning. If you're not taking vitamin K2 alongside D, that calcium you're absorbing may end up in the wrong places, like in your arteries, not your bones. The result? Hardened arteries, higher heart risk, and legs that still feel weak. That's why seniors should focus on vitamin D3 cholecalciferol, the natural, most absorbable form. Avoid D2 ergocalciferol, which is less effective. Always check labels. Stay away from synthetic fillers like titanium dioxide or artificial dyes. Your body doesn't need that burden. The good news: when your vitamin D levels rise, something beautiful happens. Your steps feel lighter. Sleep comes easier. Balance returns. That sense of control, it's back. Because when your legs work, your whole life moves forward again. So ask yourself, could this be what's been quietly dragging you down? Stick with me, because the next vitamin is the one responsible for tissue repair, pain relief, and joint recovery, and chances are you're eating it, but in a way your body can't actually use. Imagine your legs like a suspension bridge. Strong muscles are important. Yes, but without the cables, the connective tissues holding everything together, that bridge can collapse from even the tiniest crack. Vitamin C is those cables. And the scary truth: most people over 60 don't get enough of it to keep their body structure intact. Vitamin C isn't just for fighting colds. It's a vital building block for collagen, the natural glue that binds your muscles, joints, tendons, and ligaments. Every time you stand up, sit down, take a step, or even roll over in bed, those fibers are under pressure. And when you lack enough collagen, they begin to fray, tear, and wear down faster than your body can fix them. That's why even a small deficiency in vitamin C can quietly start a downward spiral. A little joint stiffness in the morning, slower recovery after walking or gardening, a dull ache in the knees that lingers, and one day, a sharp pain with every step. Studies have shown a direct link between vitamin C deficiency and sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. It makes perfect sense, because when the structure around your muscles breaks down, the muscles themselves lose their integrity and power. Weak legs often start not in the muscle fibers, but in the tissues that hold them in place. And there's another silent threat: free radicals. Every movement you make, especially with age, generates oxidative stress, like tiny sparks. If left alone, these sparks slowly burn through your muscle tissue. Vitamin C is your built-in fire extinguisher. It neutralizes these sparks before they cause lasting damage, helping preserve your strength as time passes. The best way to get vitamin C is through whole foods. Why? Because nature doesn't isolate it. It packages vitamin C with bioflavonoids and phytonutrients that your body needs to absorb it properly. Bell peppers, kiwi, oranges, strawberries, guava, dark leafy greens. These foods don't just provide the vitamin, they deliver the full toolkit. But here's the catch: even with a decent diet, many older adults still fall short. So they turn to supplements and often pick the wrong kind: synthetic ascorbic acid. While it may be technically vitamin C, it lacks all the support compounds. It's like trying to build a bridge using only glue and no beams. Instead, choose whole food-based vitamin C supplements derived from acerola cherry, camu camu, amla Indian gooseberry, or rose hips. These natural sources give you the complete nutritional profile, exactly how your body recognizes and uses it. A word of caution: more isn't better. High doses of synthetic vitamin C, especially those 1,000 milligrams tablets, can increase the risk of kidney stones, especially for those over 60. You don't need massive amounts. What you need is the right type, from the right source, to rebuild from within. Your legs aren't just made of bones and muscles. They're held together by threads of collagen, carefully woven every day by vitamin C. When those threads weaken, everything slowly falls apart quietly, gradually, and sometimes beyond repair. But the good news: with the right vitamin C, those threads can grow strong again. And your legs, they won't just take you farther, they'll carry you longer. Stick with me, because the next two nutrients are the silent powerhouses behind your muscle energy and leg control, and chances are your body has been craving them without you even knowing it. Have you ever felt like your legs were locking up? Not quite pain, not exactly fatigue, but more like a heavy, sluggish sensation, as if every step is through thick mud. If that sounds familiar, the real culprit may not be aging, but a silent magnesium deficiency your body has been quietly battling for years. Magnesium acts like the lubricant for your muscles, especially those in your thighs, calves, and hips. This mineral plays a vital role in more than 300 biochemical processes, including muscle contraction, relaxation, nerve signaling, and cellular repair. Without enough magnesium, your muscles lose coordination, become stiff, tight, and easily fatigued, particularly in the legs. Here's the problem: people over 60 are extremely prone to magnesium deficiency. Aging reduces your gut's ability to absorb magnesium efficiently. On top of that, many older adults take medications like blood pressure pills, diuretics, or antacids, all of which deplete magnesium levels. The result: frequent leg cramps and tightness, a heavy, dragging feeling when walking, And sometimes that scary sensation that your legs are giving out underneath you. A study published in Nutrients found that low magnesium levels directly contribute to muscle weakness, poor physical performance, and increased fall risk in seniors. What makes it worse is that this decline happens quietly. You may be eating normally, moving daily, yet your legs are silently losing their strength without you realizing it. Left unchecked, magnesium deficiency can lead to every step feeling like a struggle, a tingling, numbness, and nighttime discomfort. Poor sleep, which further drains your energy and slows recovery. So what can you do? Magnesium is found in foods like pumpkin seeds, dark leafy greens, avocado, almonds, sunflower seeds, and even dark chocolate. But here's the truth. Even with a healthy diet, seniors often fail to absorb enough. That's why supplementation is often needed, but you must choose the right kind. Look for magnesium glycinate or magnesium malate, two highly absorbable forms that are gentle on the digestive system. Avoid magnesium oxide, which is poorly absorbed and can cause digestive upset. Also, check the label carefully. Steer clear of synthetic additives like titanium dioxide or artificial colors that can irritate aging digestive tracts. When you restore your magnesium levels, the difference is noticeable. Your legs feel lighter and more responsive. Your sleep becomes deeper and more restorative. That constant drained feeling in your lower body begins to fade. And the best part, you no longer feel trapped in a body that can't keep up with your spirit. Up next, we'll explore the one electrolyte that works hand in hand with magnesium, helping you avoid cramps, restore movement, and regain full control of your legs, even well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. If you're still watching, and these insights have been valuable, type 1 in the comments to let me know you're with me, because this next part might just be the missing piece your legs have been waiting for. Have you ever felt like your legs weren't listening to you? Not quite numb, not completely weak, but this uneasy feeling that they might suddenly give out. It often shows up when climbing stairs, shifting directions while walking or simply standing up from a chair. It leaves behind a quiet worry, as if your body is no longer something you can trust. That sensation could be a sign of mild potassium deficiency, a problem most people over 60 overlook until it begins to sabotage their mobility. Potassium is the electrolyte that ensures your muscles contract and relax smoothly. It works hand in hand with magnesium to transmit nerve signals, regulate heartbeat, and maintain pressure inside your cells. When potassium is low, those signals misfire and your leg muscles can feel unsteady, slow, or fatigued. You might feel unexplained weakness in your thighs or calves. Nighttime cramps may strike out of nowhere. Your balance can feel shaky, especially on uneven ground. What many don't realize is that even a slight drop in potassium can create the strange sensation that your legs aren't yours anymore. It's subtle, just enough to unsettle you, but not always obvious enough to trace back to the real cause. Left unchecked, it can reduce your reflexes, increase fall risk, and silently strain your heart. But potassium is tricky. If you have impaired kidney function or take diuretics or blood pressure meds, too much potassium can lead to dangerously high levels, disrupting heart rhythm or worse. That's why it's crucial to talk to your doctor before adding potassium supplements. The good news, you can increase potassium naturally through food. Some of the richest and safest sources include bananas, easy to eat, but watch out if you have diabetes. Avocados rich in potassium and healthy fats. Spinach, sweet potatoes, black beans, pumpkin. A balanced meal with these foods doesn't just replenish potassium, it helps you regain confidence in your movement and footing. What most people forget is this potassium is like a gentle electrical current running through your body. It keeps your muscles responsive, your steps steady, and your reactions sharp. Whether it's pivoting to catch yourself from tripping or simply turning while walking, potassium makes it all possible. So, if you've been secretly wondering why you feel less agile these days, the answer might not be more exercise, but restoring the electric rhythm your body quietly lost over time. Up next, we'll pull everything together to help you finally understand how to combine, protect, and optimize these nutrients so your legs can carry you forward with strength, freedom, and confidence for years to come. Think of your body like a finely tuned machine. You can't expect it to run smoothly by fixing just one part. It needs coordination, precision, and balance. The same goes for nutrition, especially after 60. It's not just about taking vitamin D or magnesium on its own. What truly makes a difference is how these nutrients work together. Most older adults unknowingly make a common mistake. They supplement each nutrient separately without understanding how they interact. And the result? Calcium might end up hardening your arteries instead of strengthening your bones. Vitamin D might not get absorbed at all if it's taken without fat or without its natural partner, vitamin K2. Magnesium and potassium may cancel each other out when taken too close together, reducing their effectiveness. That's why the real secret isn't taking more, it's combining wisely. For example, vitamin D3 should always be taken with K2. D3 helps absorb calcium, but K2 makes sure it goes to your bones, not your arteries. Magnesium is essential for activating vitamin D in the body. Without it, even high-quality vitamin D won't work as it should. Potassium and magnesium, although both important, should be taken at least 2 to 3 hours apart to avoid competing for absorption. And vitamin C. It's best from natural foods like berries, citrus, or leafy greens. Synthetic megadoses can cause digestive issues and block other nutrients like copper or iron, especially in older adults. Above all, always read supplement labels carefully and avoid fillers like titanium dioxide, silicon dioxide, or artificial coloring. Your aging digestive system doesn't need extra chemicals. When your nutrients work in harmony, your entire body responds. Nerves fire better, muscles contract smoothly, bones hold firm, and joints stay supported. You'll notice fewer cramps, better balance, deeper sleep, and a refreshing sense of control when you move. This isn't just about avoiding falls, it's about reclaiming the ability to move confidently, to enjoy a walk, to stand tall, to live fully. Because after 60, eating healthy is no longer enough. What you need now is a smart nutritional strategy, one that turns vitamins and minerals into your body's greatest allies, helping you step forward with strength, clarity, and freedom. Have you ever noticed that after a good night's sleep, your legs feel lighter, your steps more stable, and the fatigue seems to fade away? On the other hand, when you've had a restless night tossing and turning, struggling to fall asleep, your muscles don't just feel tired, they feel weaker, as if you've quietly lost a part of your strength without even realizing it. That's not just a passing sensation. Sleep is the critical window when your body repairs, rebuilds, and restores muscle tissue and regulates the hormones responsible for muscle tone. If you're over 60 and dealing with disrupted sleep trouble, falling asleep, waking up multiple times, or feeling unrefreshed in the morning, you may be missing one of the most powerful, natural ways to protect your leg strength. Remember, during deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone, a quiet architect that helps rebuild muscle fibers. When sleep is lacking, This hormone drops. The result is slower recovery after movement, faster muscle loss, and lingering fatigue in your legs throughout the day. Many older adults accept poor sleep as just part of aging, but few realize that chronic sleep deprivation is silently weakening their legs day by day. It also reduces insulin sensitivity, disrupts metabolism, and makes it harder for your muscles to absorb nutrients, even if your diet is packed with healthy foods. So, how can you improve sleep without relying on medication? First, go to bed and wake up at the same time each day, even on weekends. A regular rhythm helps your body produce melatonin naturally. Second, avoid blue light from phones and TVs at least 1 hour before bed. It suppresses melatonin and delays sleep. Third, consider a warm drink with turmeric and honey or a gentle magnesium supplement. Both help relax the muscles and ease the mind. Fourth, keep your room dark, cool, and quiet. Complete darkness enhances melatonin production. And lastly, cut off caffeine after 2 p.m., since older adults metabolize caffeine slower and are more prone to nighttime stimulation. When you sleep deeply and consistently, your muscles finally get the chance to recharge. Your nerves fire more accurately, your balance improves, and your reaction time becomes sharper. The next morning, you'll notice that your legs feel not just stronger, but smoother, more coordinated, and ready to support you throughout the day. So if you've been eating well and staying active, yet your legs still feel unsteady, don't overlook the simplest, yet most powerful factor: was your sleep deep enough last night? Because sometimes, what's quietly draining your leg strength isn't what you're doing during the day, but what's missing at night. Most older adults know that calcium and vitamin D are important for bone health. But there's one missing piece, and without it, all your efforts to protect your bones could actually backfire. That missing link is vitamin K2. You might be taking calcium supplements, even combining them with vitamin D3 every day, believing you're strengthening your bones. But without vitamin K2, that calcium can easily go astray, depositing in the wrong places, not into your bones, but into your blood vessels, turning soft arteries into stiff pipes of stone. And the result, blood struggles to flow properly to your lower limbs. The muscles in your legs, which rely on steady circulation for oxygen and nutrients, gradually weaken, increasing your risk of cramps, fatigue, and loss of balance. Vitamin K2 plays a unique role. It acts as a traffic controller, directing calcium to where it's needed, your bones, and keeping it out of where it shouldn't be, your arteries. When K2 levels are adequate, your vessels stay flexible and circulation stays smooth. Meanwhile, your bones receive the calcium they need to stay strong, supporting your posture, movement, and especially the power of your legs. Multiple studies have shown that seniors with low K2 levels are more likely to suffer from arterial calcification, osteoporosis, poor leg strength, and higher fracture risk. One long-term European study even found that low K2 intake is directly linked to increased mortality from cardiovascular disease and faster physical decline in adults over 65. The problem: K2 is extremely hard to get from a standard Western diet. It's mainly found in natto-fermented soybeans, goose liver, egg yolks, and aged hard cheeses, foods that are uncommon or unappealing to many older Americans. That's why many experts recommend, if you're taking vitamin D3, always pair it with K2, ideally in the MK7 form, which stays in your bloodstream longer, functions more effectively, and is better tolerated by older bodies. Imagine your blood vessels as highways delivering oxygen and strength to every muscle fiber in your legs. If those highways are slowly turning into concrete from misplaced calcium, then no matter how nutritious your diet is, your legs will become weaker, stiffer, and more vulnerable to damage. Don't let that happen. If you truly want to preserve your ability to walk freely, to stay strong on your feet into your 90s without relying on a cane, start now by adding vitamin K2 to your nutrition strategy. It doesn't just protect your bones, it protects the very pathways that fuel your legs. You see, just missing 3 essential vitamins B12, D3, and K2, along with poor sleep and deficiencies in minerals like magnesium and potassium, can quietly weaken your legs faster than you realize. But the good news is, everything can change as long as you start early. I understand how that feels. When you stand up and your legs don't feel steady, when a small step inside your own home becomes an obstacle, when the walking cane becomes part of your daily life. But you're not alone. Many others have felt the same way. And they turned it around with knowledge, the right choices, and a little persistence. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future life-changing information. Drop a number 1 in the comments if you're committed to keeping your legs strong into your 90s. Or simply share this video with someone you care about because you might just help them avoid a devastating fall. Your legs are not just for walking. They are your symbol of freedom. So protect that freedom step by step, day by day, with small but powerful choices. And I'll be right here, walking with you on this journey.